Well, as you can probably see, it's kind of dark outside. Though the camera is light, making it brighter. It's 5:07. Everybody, hello and welcome today. I believe it is day 7:51. Today it's really fucking cold, to say the least. It's, I think, 24 degrees outside at the current moment, with low tonight being like 17. So yeah, there's a reason I have the good old hat on today. Just because I kind of need it. We are heading over to the train station because that's a good idea. Because, as I mentioned the other day, and probably like several days now, I do not know where most of my new classes are, so I kind of need to go find them before tomorrow when I have to run across campus. Might be a good idea. So there's a train that leaves at 5:28, which is what I'm heading for. I'm going to go into town and we're going to do that. We are also going to go see Sarah and ask her how her first day at work was. Because that's just all going to be pretty fun. It's also freezing. If you couldn't guess by the fact that the snow is still here. Snow usually doesn't stick around this long unless it's really cold because it hasn't snowed anymore. Yeah. I'm gonna probably go a little bit slower going in just because there is black ice everywhere. You guys weren't part of this yesterday, but when I hit the ramp coming off of Woodhaven up there, trying to come home, I hit a patch of ice, and it took me a lot of spinning before I was actually able to get a grip and actually start. Nothing bad came out of it, of course, but it was just kind of frustrating because the car's wheels were just spinning and spinning and spinning, and I wasn't going anywhere. But yeah, so we're gonna be careful to only tread as much as possible on ground that looks rather dry, although this is going to be fairly difficult because this driving path here looks fairly wet. Yeah. Oh well, that's what happens. Apparently, actually, let us slow down significantly before. There was actually an accident this morning right down there. One of the shuttle buses for Cornwall Side Station, even the ones that I usually take, apparently actually got flipped over and flipped into a ditch due to water dripping off of the bridge and then freezing on Woodhaven Road. So yeah, apparently like 3 in the morning or something, one of those buses flipped over. It wasn't one of the normal drivers that I take, thankfully. It was just a mechanic. I don't think anybody was injured, but it still caused Woodhaven Road to be kind of shutting down for a little while. Please do not drive out in front of me. I would like to not have to brake. Thank you. Please and thank you. It's your thing is the camera is definitely brightening this up, but it is getting kind of dark. Thankfully, though, not as dark as I would have expected it would have been at 5:10 p.m. Just because, well, we're thankfully moving away from the winter solstice, so it should start getting at least a little bit warmer. Hopefully at least a little bit. Just a tad. Just a tad. I don't want to stick around too long today because of tomorrow's menagerie of a class schedule, which I covered in yesterday's vlog, I think it was, and I also covered before, and it's ad nauseum because I'm going to cover it again tomorrow. So yeah, we'll spare you with that one, but just know it's a long day if you are just joining us or have forgotten or whatever. We'll have to get through that tomorrow because it's basically 7.5 hours of class. I think it is ranging from 9:30 in the morning to 9:30 at night. Oh well, I'll go over the exact specifics again tomorrow, just in case you had forgotten. There's a lot of traffic here waiting to turn out to probably go home for themselves because I'm of course doing this at rush hour. And all of the glares are just showcasing how dirty my windshield is. It's probably not the lens for once. It's probably actually the windshield. Also, just because of my job, I wound up buying something that might arrive later this week that, well, I'll talk about later this week when it arrives, because there's no point really in talking about it now. In fact, I'm going to stop talking in general because I'm going to go to catch this train, hopefully. That sounds like a good idea, doesn't it? I think so. Well, I wasn't downtown for that long, but, yeah, back in my car now. So, on to a few things. The thing I ordered this morning actually apparently is coming tomorrow. Yeah, so fast and free shipping, absolutely. Thank you, eBay. I won't. So I guess I get to show that off tomorrow night, which is okay because tomorrow's gonna be so busy I won't have time for vlog content anyway. But one other thing I wanted to talk about as well is textbooks, because well, Blackboard stuff, which is our online service site thing, opened up at midnight last night, so I was on there trying to figure out what the heck I needed to buy. And as you might be aware, I'm taking more like actual academic based classes. Oh my god, that was awful. Okay, I'm taking more academic based classes this quarter, so I needed a few actual textbooks this time. So my psychology one, which was the bookstore, wanted for like $100 used, and I was like, that seems very expensive, and I hate dealing with the bookstore because Drexel's bookstore has very horrible policies. If you hear that noise, I keep smacking the camera with my hat because it's not buckled down. That's what that noise is. Can I clear this up at all? Any bit would be helpful. Okay, that I'll have to do. Yeah, wow, that's bad. It's freezing instantly. It is cold. Nobody ever said it wasn't. But easy there, car. No, not this. The other switch. That switch. That's the one I need. Start warming this thing up. But so I was like, I don't want to deal with that. It's a pretty expensive book, and I can probably find it somewhere else for cheaper, and I won't have to deal with Drexel University's bookstore. So I actually wound up purchasing the book for that from one of those like resellers that are around every time the quarter thing happened, and I like bought it from them. And even with the 2-day shipping, it was literally 1/3 the price that Drexel wanted. So yeah, that should be getting here also sometime soon. Hopefully Wednesday or something. I mean, that class is going to be here tomorrow. But, you know, if they wanted me to get it before class, they should have told me about it a little beforehand. Not much I can do when I don't like dealing with the stupid bookstore. Drexel University's bookstore has this stupid policy where they don't update their website with the stock of what's in. So they just have all of the options available. So it's like, rent used, buy used, rent new, buy new. And like, you never know until you do the thing, and then they don't ask you, they just straight up upgrade you. So I'm just like, no, I don't want to do that, you idiots. Can I actually choose an option? Yeah. Drexel's bookstore is an absolute mess. I hate dealing with it. So for literally 1/3 of the price, I was able to get the book from somewhere else, pay for the expedited shipping, and still save that money. And also save me the hassle of dealing with Drexel University's bookstore. Because I never deal with Drexel University's bookstore, I always go somewhere else. And then I needed 2 books for sociology, and one of them was on Amazon Prime for 2-day shipping, and it was like only like $40 new or something like that, which is great. I'm like, $40 plus Prime shipping? Yeah, I'm taking that. That's pretty good. Because used, it was like, it was going to be like 20 plus, or it was like 26 plus another like $4 for shipping by default, and God forbid I want to actually get the expedited thing, it would have come out to the same price. I was like, it's not worth it. Just let me get the new one, let me get it with Prime, and it'll be here in 2 days. It's fine. And then the last book I had for sociology was just actually something I could just get on my Kindle, so I just got it on my Kindle, and it was like $20. So overall, we're actually, in terms of books themselves, we're under $100 this quarter so far, which is actually really nice. It's pretty nice indeed. At least I think what is that? Like, it's like, I think let's just guess 20, 40, and 35. Yeah, that's $95. Not bad. Not bad. For a quarter where I'm taking more academic-ish classes. Now, I haven't seen the syllabus for most of my other classes yet. I've only seen it for 2 of my classes. So that might go up a little bit, but for as of right now, for tackling those classes, yeah, we're doing decently. I'm satisfied. I've seen it for 3 classes, so for half the classes down to be under $95. Yeah, I'll take that. That is acceptable. So hopefully, I don't know, maybe Unboxing Central will have to happen again at some point, just because I will have so many things coming to the house. Whatever. Here we are. That's just kind of it. I mean, tomorrow is the day where I officially get back in the quarter. I found all my classes, if you couldn't have guessed. They were actually pretty simple, because even the ones that are... We're not going to follow the tow truck. Not going to follow the tow truck. Even all the ones that are like in the new buildings are actually all on the first floor. So they're actually really, really easy to go find. So, long story short, nothing actually that difficult, surprisingly. So, even by 10-minute run, it's just on the first floor. So, at least after I get out of the basement floor, I can just kind of sprint. Because that's going to be like 5 city blocks, so that's going to be difficult to do. There's always the difficult 10-minute stretches. But it is what it is. So, without further ado, I'm probably going to end this off here just because I need to get a few things packed up, and I'm probably not going to do anything else really interesting, particularly for the rest of the night. I mean, you know, quarter starts tomorrow. It's a really cold day, and I don't really have that much to offer quite at the current moment. Tomorrow's an early day too. Long story short, tomorrow starts with either the 8:22 or the 8:38 trains. Yeah, early day. Prepare yourselves. It's gonna be a fun one.